What's up, people of the world? It is me again, Alex Wimmer, aka AP3 Jumped, and today I'm finally reviewing Infinity Train Book 2. Yeah, it's taking the Avatar approach in how it's naming its seasons. Seriously, it's the first show I've seen since Avatar to do that sort of thing. But yeah, uh, Infinity Train Book 2 finally happened, and yeah, like the last season, I'm going to review. I'm doing a review of the entire season, of the entire second season as a whole, just like the last time, instead of reviewing individual episodes. I don't know, I just find it easier for me to do it that way. But yeah, um, excuse me. Infinity Train was one of my new favorite shows of 2019, and when it came on just 5 months ago, and I was instantly hooked about it. And if you guys haven't seen my last video about it, yeah, I did not watch the pilot from 2016, but once I discovered that the I heard about the pilot obviously, but once I discovered that the actual TV series was coming on, I just decided to give it a watch, and I wound up really liking it. And I was really excited to find out that there's going to be a book 2, because we all thought it was going to be just a limited series, but no, it's actually a sort of anthology series. So book 2 finally happened last week. Yeah, I know I'm a little late on this review, but I gotta say, I love book 2. It's just as entertaining as, and everything that I loved about book 1 carries over to book 2. It has the same. It continues to have the same intrigue and mystery that the last season had, and the characters are also just as interesting, and the art style hasn't changed, and I love the art style still, and I love the train cars. Then the I swear, each and every each and every train car is always each and every universe within the train cars is always more creative than the last, it seems. And yeah, and gosh, where do I even start? So there's different characters in this, of course. It's like I said, it's sort of an anthology series now with, and yeah, there's two major protagonists, and there's, like, I guess you could say there's three main characters in this. And so the main characters we have in this are MT, which was actually the mirror version of Tulip that was set free in the last season by Tulip, and that's what MT stands for, Mirror Tulip. That's what she didn't really have a name, but that's what she allows people to call her. So she's sort of led her own life, but she's trying to run away from the damn mirror police who keep trying to capture her for disobeying mirror law, when, in her own words, she's not really doing anything wrong. And I gotta say, before I get ahead, not to get ahead of myself too much, but MT is has very interesting motives, and she's a very interesting character, and it's hard to tell whether she's the main protagonist, because the second main character featured in the season is a guy named Jesse, who also has an interesting backstory, and the third character is actually a deer. He was actually given the name first. First MT discovers the deer, and then Jesse discovers the deer and names the deer Alan Dracula. Kind of a random name, because actually Dracula is a name that Jesse actually named every single one of his pets. So, and this deer. Now I can talk more about the characters. Yeah, right now. Oh, and I forgot to say, but this also goes without saying, the major spoilers ahead. Don't know why I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video, but going backwards from the characters I described, Alan Dracula, he's got to be one of my favorite new characters because this this deer has all sorts of magical powers. He can shapeshift. He can literally do anything. Like for those if you for those of you who've seen the show, this deer can do literally anything. And but at the same time, he's also like a very friendly deer and has no problems making friends with MT and Jesse. And so it's anything you could ever want in a companion, honestly. And they don't even really refer to Alan Dracula. They don't think of Alan Dracula as a pet, but they think of him more as a friend. And because Alan Dracula helps out a lot in the main character's quest to get off the train. More on that in a bit. And then Jesse, he has a very interesting backstory. Turns out he was always, he had problems with peer pressure and giving in to peer pressure, so much so that he let his little brother get abused. And he was sort of the cause of that, unfortunately. And then we circle back to MT. And I'm not sure whether the main protagonist is MT or Jesse. I think they're both the main protagonists, I would say. I'd say it sort of switches back and forth. I mean, you start off this season with MT, actually. And then she meets Alan Dracula, and then she meets Jesse. And like I said earlier, she's got to be one of my favorite characters as well, along with Alan Dracula, because I already told you why I love Alan Dracula a lot. But MT is just so damn compelling, and her motives are also very interesting. She just wants to be her own person, and she's at first her and Jesse don't really get along, but as the season goes on, they start liking each other, and then they start developing respect for each other and a friendship for each other, and they I'm very tired. MT tries to help Jesse get off the train, and it's funny. Jesse's number isn't nearly as high as Tulip's was, actually. Jesse's number was only as high as like 32, and at one point it went up to 33. So because I think Tulip's number started off at like 281 or something like that, but yeah. So it's not as difficult to get Jesse's number down, I'd say. But the journey is still very interesting. Not just with the cars that they explore and whatnot. I'm talking about the the internal conflicts and whatnot. That's actually because that's a central theme with the show as well. And even One himself says that who is the true conductor, because he reappears in this season throughout videos, and he even reappears at the end. Because finding yourself and learning more about yourself is like, it's really the only way passengers can get off the train. And we see even more passengers on the train, not just Jesse. Like we actually get to see more of them on screen in this season, as opposed to the last season. Hell, there's even this one car who that has this village of passengers who they want to stay on the train, and they have their minds are backwards, and they sort of brainwash themselves into thinking that the higher the number they have, the better off they are. And yeah, so that was very interesting. And what's also very very interesting is that MT wants to leave with Jesse, but turns out she can't leave because she's a denizen. She's not a passenger. And Jesse gets off the train, and somehow he finds a way back on the train, and MT tries to find like the car, like the number car, I think, where the passengers are assigned numbers, and she tries to get to that car, and she tries to get her number assigned, but it she's she can't she tries, but to no avail. And then, luckily enough, Jesse comes back, and they're happy to reunite, and they try to they somehow find a loophole and for both of their predicaments, and for both Jesse and MT's predicament, because Jesse didn't want to leave MT behind, and so they come up with a loophole, and they have the number, they have Jesse's number reflect off of MT's palm, and they show 1-1. They're like, look, the MT has a number too, and then 1-1, poor thing, bless his heart. I still feel really bad for the guy. It's actually two guys technically, a sad one and glad one, and anyway, so they get fooled because they're like, oh, MT's a denizen, but you also have a number, so, and uh, the sad one is like, sure, why not? We'll let you off the train. And so they're both able to get off the train, and Jesse's able to reunite with his brother again, and MT was finally able to get off the train, and they're just sitting in front of this gorgeous lake with these gorgeous mountains and like a sunset, and Jesse's little brother, I don't even know his name. But he asks her, what's her name? And MT thinks about it for a second, and she just stares at the lake, and she that's what she decides to call herself. She decides her new name is going to be Lake, and that's pretty much where book 2 ends. Now, I skipped over a couple major things. I wanted to circle back to those, like MT is finally able to evade the damn mirror police. Hell, she actually murders one of the mirror police, actually, due to crazy circumstances, and so that was very fucking shocking. And we have a character in a Cartoon Network show straight up murdering somebody, and that was very surprising to me. I've never seen flat out murder in a kid show before. Like, damn. That's just going all out with mature themes, and I mean, I appreciate mature themes in kid shows, don't get me wrong, but I straight up did not expect to see that. Honestly. So, yeah. I gotta say, all in all, I really love book 2. And it kind of has a bit of a different tone than book 1, which I can appreciate, but it has just enough similarities to the last season. So, like I said, it continues to be just as great. Book 2 continues to be just as great as book 1, and the new characters are just as interesting. One of them's technically a returning character, but we get more character development for MT, and yeah, I gotta say, yeah, I loved the new cars. I loved the new characters, and the added character development for existing characters, and mostly being MT. And yeah, I pretty much said all I have to say. Now, I'm not sure if there's going to be a book 3, so I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Either way, this definitely looks like this show would be a great anthology series. Either way, so I'm looking forward to to the future. So I'm glad Infinity Train got a second season. And it didn't take long for the second season to be released. It was only like five. It was only like a 5 month wait. So that's pretty damn good for going from one season to the next. So yeah, I I don't know. I don't know what to say. If there's going to be a book three, because I didn't watch these episodes live, by the way, if that's what you're wondering. So uh, and that's why I didn't do my review until now. But yeah, if there's book three, I will be very excited for it. I'm pretty sure there will be, and if there is, then I cannot wait to see what else Infinity Train has to offer, because there's still a lot of unanswered questions, and that I would love to have answered. So yeah, those are my thoughts, and if you like this video, then don't forget to subscribe. Like the video if you liked it, and ring the bell to be notified of future videos I make. And stay tuned for my reaction for tomorrow's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate video presentation, which is it's going to be focusing on the fifth Fighter's Pass character for Challenger Pack number 5. It's going to be 35 minutes, and it's at 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern. Thank God I don't live in the live in the friggin' West Coast, because I would not appreciate having to get up that early to watch this. So I felt 9 o'clock is just early enough for me. So yeah, I look forward to that. I know I'm looking forward to it, and so yeah. Once again, I'm Alex Swimmer, aka AP3 Jumped. Thank you so much for watching until the end. That's it for me, and I will see you soon. Goodbye. Here's hoping for Crash Bandicoot. That's who I'm going with, and I'm sticking to it.